AA Best Bail Bonds big game coverage live from Miami.
It is The Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM on the go at ESPNSA.com. Your AA Best Bail Bonds Rodeo Road coverage continues, and this is one of those things that when we get the opportunity, Jason and I, to go through the car wash and interview so many folks, you talk to a lot of people that you respect, you talk to a lot of people that you like, but you don't get to talk to people that you are completely infatuated with, that you adore and you have looked up to for your entire life. And we get this opportunity right now as we speak with Jerry Kramer, the legendary Jerry Kramer, joining you on the Blitz. Fantastic to have you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks
Hall
for the
of
kind
Famer.
words.
Hall of Famer. And you were in Super Bowl I, and we are now at Super Bowl 54. Super Bowl II, I believe, was in Miami, right?
Correct.
It was just like this, wasn't it?
Yeah. I am reminded at Super Bowl I, they had to have a second bus for the media.
A second bus.
A second bus, and they were astounded at the number of media people there because they had to have a second bus. Wow.
Well, things changed just a bit since then. So, do you have a streak of Super Bowls? Have you missed one, or do you try to make them all?
I didn't go to everything early on. I've been to the last 15 or 20 or 25. Sometimes I go, sometimes I hang out at a party. If the Packers playing, I'm playing.
Absolutely.
And I've generally got a half a dozen kids with me, and it's take on a mortgage on the house and get a few tickets and enjoy yourself.
Wait. They just don't hand those out to you?
No.
You're a Hall of Famer, man.
My first Super Bowl, I bought 4 tickets, and they cost $10 a piece.
Uh-huh.
And I gave them to my nephews, who didn't show up. I left them at I was going to leave them at will call, and they didn't show up, so somebody let me know, and I said, well, give them to the kids. There's some kids at the gate. Give them the tickets. So 4 kids who were hanging around the gate got to go to the Super Bowl. And there was 10,000 empty seats at that Super Bowl. But I got 4 tickets offered to me 10 days ago for $2,000 apiece.
And actually, that doesn't sound too bad.
It's pretty reasonable.
It does.
But going from $10 to $2,000 to go to a ball game gives you a glimpse at the stability of our currency in the inflationary spiral we've been on for the last 40 years.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, it was a totally different world, and we didn't know who Kansas City was. I mean, we'd never seen them play anybody that we knew, so we couldn't judge them. In the first half, Max McGee, we were watching movies on Thursday night, and 2 of the defensive backs ran together. And Max, of course, is a wide receiver and a wit and a very bright guy, but he went da 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 da, started singing the Merry Melodies tune, right? And so we kind of approached the game lightly, but then there was Buck Buchanan and E.J. Holub and Bobby Bell and Johnny Robinson and some pretty damn good football players. And my defensive lineman was about 295 pounds and 6'8", so he needed some attention. So we first half we kind of showed up, and the second half we got serious and took care of business. And it wasn't obviously it was the first one, and we had won 3 championships prior to that. So the first championship was the biggest one. I didn't have a.
What was Lombardi like? Was he different from game to game in the regular season to playoffs, or was his system one that it didn't matter the game, the time of year, we were getting ready the same way?
Pretty much the same way. Pretty much consistent. Discipline, preparation, consistency, teamwork, the whole package, right? He would scatter shoot everybody. Like, what the hell's going on out there? Now, he didn't say Fuzzy or Jerry or Bart or Jimmy or Paul. He just hit everybody. So everybody on the field would go, oh, is it me? Is it me? Must be me. So he'd wake us up a little bit. But he could be very soft and very gentle and very humble, meek almost, and he could be a tyrant. He could pull you up and push you down. We were having a scrimmage one day, and July at 98 degrees, 100% humidity. Defense is ahead of us, light years. I'm having a little bit of a problem with the scrimmage. I miss a block, and then I jump off sides. About 4 plays later, he comes running across the field, gets about 10 inches from my nose, and he goes, "Mister, the concentration period of a college student's 5 minutes, high school is 3 minutes, kindergarten is 30 seconds, and you don't have that? So where's that put you?"
Jerry Kramer joining us here on ESPN San Antonio. Gather around the fire and listen to one of the greats. It's an honor to have you here. And as you stroll through Radio Row, your work with Wounded Warriors and all of that, we're in San Antonio and military-centric through and through. And your efforts certainly pay dividends across the country, but we certainly feel it in San Antonio as well.
Well, I've got a pal with me, B.J. Gannon, who's a vet, a Marine.
Marine Sergeant.
He
Yes, sir.
Somehow wants to emphasize that Marine bit.
Yeah, Marines are like that.
Yeah, as a Navy
proud.
guy, we'll let him hang out here.
We are Department of the Navy. We're the men's department.
There you go.
What would the Air Force be?
Yeah, well, I mean, every Navy guy wanted to be Marine. We couldn't pass the test. The jar wouldn't fit over our heads. So,
You couldn't swallow the crayon.
and I will say, if you're watching on Facebook Live, you're kneeling.
Yes.
You didn't want a chair. We tried to find you a chair.
Well, it was just, Jerry's got a special chair. Because he's in the Hall of Fame now, so he just can't just walk around like regular folk anymore. We got to wheel him around.
Yeah, and it's a gold chair at that, which is incredible. I mean, it goes with the jacket, right?
Right.
Well, BJ and I have been doing the Wounded Warrior programs and those kind of things for about 10 years now together, and we've had a wonderful relationship. And I'm helping him with Blue Bayou dog
Buffalo.
food.
Blue Buffalo dog
Blue
food.
Buffalo. Blue Bayou's
A wonderful
song.
song.
Yeah.
Wonderful song.
Yeah.
But Blue Buffalo, excuse me. And he's doing
Which is
some
fantastic
really
dog food for your dogs, by the way.
Yes.
a wonderful dog food and a wonderful program that BJ is involved in, trying to bring pets to vets. He's trying to bring dogs in to be the vet's best friend.
So
and a dog is and can be. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's 30,000-year-old technology, right? Man's best friend. So this is nothing new. What we've done is we have Sierra Delta. It's a national nonprofit registered in every single state. And our goal is if all 18 million of the vets that are out there want or need a well-trained dog to help them live a better and more successful life, we're going to get it for them. So that means that if they need a guide dog, they need a dog to go everywhere with them, to have that public access, we have the connections across the country to get them into the right academies to get the right dog for their specific needs. Mm-hmm. However, that need is only at 150,000 out of the 18 million. And currently we're only getting 1,000 vets a year a public access guide dog. That's going to take us 150 years to meet that demand, and I think that's piss poor. And so does Blue Buffalo. So I was also painted by President George W. Bush in the Portraits of Courage. I'm sure you guys seen that museum down there in Texas. So I was telling President Bush about this, and he calls me Belushi, by the way. And he's like, Belushi, I want to tell you something. I love dogs. But I can give any one
That's
of these
43 right there.
any one of these dog companies $5 million won't move the needle. And I was like, you know what, sir, you're right. And so Bill Bishop founded Blue Buffalo, and he was a Marine in the 60s. And he saw how much the service dogs were doing for the vets that had them. And he challenged me to figure out a way to make this scalable, right? And so that's why we set up Sierra Delta. And so what this does is every single vet, whether you're injured, whether you served in combat, whether you deployed, as long as you served honorably, you raised your hand, or you were drafted, you can contact us, and we'll sit down with you and find out what it is that you need in a dog to reestablish that fire team, right? Because the main thing is that us as the military, and you guys know, living in San Antonio, right, and in Texas, for crying out loud, one of the most patriotic states we have, in the military and in the NFL, that's the only place you can be at the elite position, right? And in those worlds, you believe in your soul, in your heart, that the group is more important than the self. Mm-hmm. And when you get out of that organization and out of that fraternity or sorority, whatever you want to call it, it's not like that back in our own society, back in this free society that so many of us have sacrificed for. I lost 5 great friends, Kentafio, Ramey, O'Donnell, Warrens, and Simon. My left leg is somewhere in Iraq, Mama Dia. Hope it's hanging out, chilling, making sure everything's going good out there. But, the biggest struggle I have is that I didn't finish my combat deployment. So President Bush and Bill Bishop putting me on this mission, if I can get this done, if I can at least make it easier for every single vet out there to get access to a well-trained dog meant for their specific needs and their lifestyle, that'll help me put down the baggage that I carry with me of feeling guilty of not finishing that deployment and not getting multiple deployments. And I know it's irrational. I don't need anybody to tell me. But that's what irritates me. And that's why I'm willing to kneel if I have to. You know, I'll sit on Jerry's lap. I'll ride your
How
shoulders.
can we
whatever
help? How can our listeners help?
Absolutely. So that's a fantastic question. You go to SierraDelta.com, learn more, and donate there. You can go to My Buddy's Marketplace, which is an online pet store, free 2-day shipping. Get all your dog food set up and cat food set up through there. 5% of the proceeds go back to run our program.
What was that website again?
SierraDelta.com. Or you can go to My Buddy's Marketplace, which is another corporate partner of ours, and get all your dog, pet, cat food, everything through there, free 2-day shipping, 5%. Now, Amazon Prime Smile, which is a great program too, 0.05% goes back. This is 5%.
Yeah.
Also, you can text 444-999. Text Sierra Delta, all one word, and you can choose what amount you want to donate directly to our general fund so that we can get more dogs, more training programs out there for these vets. Again, our model is the vets come to us, we work with them to design what they need/want, and then we put them in there, and then it's support for life. And we've even got some vets that have had some kids with severe disabilities that we allowed them to pass on this generous offer that we've given them to their kids, and it's made a huge difference.
BJ, there's how many dogs a year that we put away?
Yeah, so large breed, because most of the vets want large breed, but we do have a lot of vets that want smaller ones. We kill in this country 500,000, 500,000 large breed, trainable, healthy, adoptable dogs every year in this country. My work with the rescues, you know what one of the biggest reasons why these dogs get dropped off? They blow a hip, they blow a knee. We're willing to pay for that, get it fixed, get it into a veteran's hand, get them a professional trainer. This training can last up to 2 years, right? We've got a digital platform to where the supporters can watch all this happen. The vets are incentivized to post their homework and working with their dogs on this website. You can see your money working for you, and then we give them points for that work and for that posting, for communicating directly to you guys. With those, they can get Harimari shoes. They get Dynamic Warrior Products, which is a CBD company that's developed CBD products directly for veterans and their specific needs. We got Blue Buffalo. We've got Grunt Style. We've got more and more companies signing on. We just had a great meeting with Walmart. So what we want to do is we want to show the American people what more we have left to give, because I truly believe, I can't speak for all 18 million, but we don't want to be a charity case. We still have more to give our country, and this is a good way we can do it.
Well, then Grunt Style based in San Antonio.
Absolutely.
Sergeant, do we know you got to run?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations,
Thank you
an
very
honor
much.
to meet
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Absolute
Jerry
pleasure.
Kramer.
Thank
Gentlemen,
you very much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
an
guys.
honor to meet you.
Thank
Everything that you'll need will be on our website. We'll make sure it's out there
Absolutely.
for our San Antonio
Perfect.
listeners.
Got
Here's-
18 million people.
my cell
We
phone,
got 50
email, whatever
million
you need.
dogs, or 5 million, and
Yeah.
put them together.
Let's do it.
Put
Genuine
them
honor.
together.
Thank you, gentlemen, for stopping by.
Thank
You
you,
know
sir.
where to go. We'll have it all up there for you. Live on Radio Row. We'll be right back here on The Blitz.